Hello, brethren and friends. On behalf of the Order of DeMolay, the jurisdiction of Missouri, it gives me great honor and pleasure to speak with you this morning. Some say life can change in an instant. Well, it's funny, because mine certainly did, on a cool November evening in the St. Louis area, in a monumental place we call the Scottish Rite. On, I believe it was November 18th, 2017, which was last year, I was afforded the opportunity to be installed as the State Master Councilor of Missouri DeMolay. In fact, it was the same auditorium where I became a 32nd degree Scottish Rite Mason. As I knelt at the altar to take the obligations of my office, I found myself in a familiar place, a place of light, honor, and brotherhood. In fact, it was the very same altar I knelt at 28 days prior to becoming a master of the royal secret. It was through both of these experiences that proved to me to be life-changing. They set me on a path to becoming a better son and a better man. In addition, becoming a master mason induced change within myself. You know, change is a factor of evolution. Some evolve into being incredible leaders, like Dad Cockerham. Some craftsmen of our tools, and others important pieces of our Masonic landscape. You know, when I joined DeMolay for my first time about 5 years ago, I knelt down at the altar to take my obligations. I knew not what I know now, and looking back, I'm proud of the decision I made to join the order. Since my admission into DeMolay, I've become a member of St. Louis, Missouri Lodge No. 1. I've also become a member of the Scottish Rite. But it was through the teachings I learned in DeMolay that I learned the importance of the greater good of our beloved Masonic community. Brotherhood and tolerance, loyalty and servant leadership. These are the values for which I am thankful. Above these values, above the titles and the accolades, above the adornments of our offices, we must remember we joined a fraternity. A group of people organized for a common purpose. We must never forget our purposes. Brotherly love, relief, and truth. We must never forget we are a brotherhood. We must never forget whence we came. I've been truly honored to provide servant leadership to the young men of Missouri DeMolay, while we have focused on leadership, community, and brotherhood, while representing the #1 jurisdiction in the world. You know, this distinction would not have been possible without the support of the Grand Lodge and the appendant bodies such as yourselves, so thank you. On a lighter note, it gives me considerable pleasure to present to thee the highlights Missouri DeMolay has experienced over these past few months, which include the signing of the DeMolay Bill, the Missouri DeMolay 5K Run Walk, the University of DeMolay, and a number of others, all of which have had vital importance to our organization. You know, one common factor that all these events have in common is growth. Growth not necessarily in terms of numbers, but growth in terms of leadership, community, brotherhood, and most importantly, faith. One thing that should be mentioned is that these events may be unknown to the general public. They still have a positive impact. For instance, let's say someone not associated with the Masonic family sees or hears the word DeMolay. They are, in fact, subconsciously familiarizing themselves with our order. With this in mind, the programs instituted in Missouri are not only designed to develop the success and active DeMolays, but also to familiarize the public with the magnanimity of our order. And that's exactly what I feel the DeMolay Bill represents. It represents an institution of higher education designed to develop the success and active DeMolays through leadership, public speaking, and faith. You know, there is no better time than the present for the Order of DeMolay. It all starts with young men, and from there, they grow into Master Masons. Uniquely, I'm proud to announce that Missouri DeMolay has hosted its first ever Missouri DeMolay 5K Run Walk, which actually raised several thousands of dollars to support the services that the Walker Scottish Rite Clinic has been providing to the St. Louis area for over 30 years. Also, I'm pleased to announce the Executive Board of Missouri DeMolay has announced its continuance of this charitable event for many years to come, so we hope to see you all there next year. Furthermore, the DeMolay bill that I previously mentioned, I just wanted to touch on it a bit. It was signed into law by Governor Mike Parson on Friday, July 13th of 2018. This law designates March 18th as DeMolay Day in the state of Missouri in perpetuity. Furthermore, the passage of this bill recognizes Missouri DeMolay as an institution of higher education, which will afford the opportunity of the goodness of DeMolay to spread throughout schools in our great state. Shortly after our visit to Jefferson City, Missouri DeMolay hosted our annual Leadership and Development Program known as the University of DeMolay. The many young men that took part in our program, they showed their enthusiasm and dedication to the growth, success, and longevity of DeMolay through various activities. Some of these activities, they taught them valuable lessons like thinking twice before speaking once and to put their faith into one another. You know, I've had the absolute privilege to attend events that I previously mentioned, and I can't articulate enough how vital and needed our organization is at the present time to the development of our role future leaders. Nevertheless, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the centennial year of the Order of DeMolay is approaching. The Order of DeMolay was founded over 100 years ago, 4 million members, 24 countries, and 10,000 chapters around the world later. You are invited to come to the celebration of the centennial celebration in Kansas City, Missouri, to celebrate with International Supreme Council session, so we hope to see you all there next year. Lastly, on behalf of Missouri DeMolay, I would like to express our appreciation for your continued dedication and contribution to Missouri DeMolay, the future of Freemasonry. In closing, I would like to share with you my message to Missouri DeMolay, which I feel is applicable to the entire Masonic community. Today and forevermore, we must share with others our exemplary brotherhood. We must be the men who brought in this fraternity. Time is irreplaceable. Use the time God blessed you with judiciously, and share this golden opportunity with your fellow men. Once again, on behalf of the millions of young men who have benefited from their membership in this order, I would like to thank you for your continual dedication and support to Missouri DeMolay. So now let's spread the love and the light, Missouri DeMolay. Thank you and God bless.